What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Dragon Ball Legends video on Dragon Ball Central. Today, we're going to be going over my Week 3 matches in the Dragon Ball Legends YouTuber Tournament of Power. Let's go ahead and get right into it. This week's matches were up against Navy Flame. Definitely check out the link below. Head on over to his channel and see what content he makes. He makes some really awesome Legends content and Dokkan content. So, if Dragon Ball stuff is up your alley, which if you're watching this video, I'd imagine it is, definitely feel free to go check out his content. But with that said, guys, I wanted to start things off with a little bit of a different team. You guys gave me a bit of a hard time last week because you knew, pretty much Super Vegito is going to be the most meta thing that I could possibly run, and I figured, you know what, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try out a sort of oddly synergistic team. It really functions around having a lot of strike attacks thrown down all at the same time, doing a lot of damage with that synergy. The Vegeta family synergy is specifically going to be the main reason that the Extreme Red Vegeta actually has a really solid function on the team. Now, with that said, as you're seeing right in the beginning of the match, things did not go very well. Obviously, we lost Shallot very early, and on top of that, I kind of got baited out on Vanishes, and it just really didn't go well. You guys are seeing it all fall apart right now. We're just about to lose Trunks. I used the main ability. Fortunately, I pushed forward. He actually uses a tap strike and shuts down my combo before it happens, and I'm like, okay, so now we finally have a chance to get a nice little reversal going in here. If I lose Trunks, then I'm probably going to lose this first match. Obviously lots of HP down on Trunks, and, we lost Shallot. That's going to be a major issue moving forward, but it's still doable. We can still make the comeback. So I go for the critical damage up with the skill card there, and then he goes for a special, does a lot of damage to Vegeta, and then on top of that, he pushes through a tap blast with a blast attack, and that does a lot of damage. Now, it didn't quite take him out. He still had about 260k HP, and we were able to shut off his blast attack before it actually connected. I made a lot of mistakes at this point, so I'm just trying to salvage the match, basically. And obviously, his team is pretty much just standard-wise going to be better than my team because he's using 2 Sparkings. Obviously, having 3 members of the team can be very valuable, but in this case, the first member of the team, that's the hero, Shallot, got knocked out pretty quick, and then I kind of tried to bait out a Vanish there, failed at that, got hit with a special, Extreme Vegeta goes down, and then we're left with just one final possibility, which would be going for a Rising Rush on Super Vegito and being able to take out base form Vegito, but as you guys can see, he goes ahead and throws down a Blast Darts on Super Vegito coming in. We almost hit him with a Rising Rush. If I would have been a little bit quicker on my timing, then we might have seen a completely different outcome to this match, but I get hit with a strike, and that's going to be a nice clash right there. He goes for the ultimate and gets that so elusive, beautiful, legendary finish, which I'm just gonna keep talking and let play out because it really is that satisfying. But yeah, he took home the W in that first match, and it was totally styling on me, props to him because it was just a really solid showing. Now, moving on into match number 2, guys, I had a little bit of a different strategy. I brought a bit of a different team, and that meant that, I didn't get as many buffs necessarily, but I figured there might be a chance that he's going to run Super Vegito and base form Vegito again for his team, which he did, and that would mean that I could run a team specifically catered to beating it. So that's exactly what I did. I made the second half of my team completely catered to beating this team because it's got a full rotation followed by Shallot to even things out in the neutral. So really worked out pretty well. I did give him a Senko to Shallot as well, which gives a nice strike attack. And honestly, that's on top of some really amazing strike attack buffs from his unique ability that keeps him, very relevant even though he's only a hero. So we have an Extreme that counters one of the Sparkings, a Sparking that counters the better Sparking, and then a neutral game that's going to be able to be played by, switching into that third member, which is Shallot. So all in all, you're looking at a really great option going into this matchup, and really the utility that both of the members, the Extreme and the Sparking on the team have, is pretty much unmatched by the opposing team, even though, I will say Super Vegito is probably better in a vacuum. If you remove the color advantages out of it completely, probably going to be better, but in the same vein, I have really tanky equipment on God Vegeta, and on top of that, he does a really huge amount of damage when you consider the fact that, he does have that type advantage, and he tanks a lot because obviously he's very tanky on top of the fact that he's also type advantage. So what you're looking at is really just a perfect scenario here. We did get a takeout with the Rising Rush, the first one that we threw out, base form Vegito, and then really it was just a matter of doing as much damage as we possibly could without really sacrificing anything, waiting until we had to use the Vanish, then switching into the next thing, He goes for a special, he flubs it, and he goes for the ultimate, but we were able to get him into a combo first, throw down the special, which was fantastic, obviously. I pushed forward. It probably was a mistake, but to be completely honest, you really can't expect too much damage to come out of an ultimate, even a super powered ultimate, when you have the tankiness that I had on God Vegeta. I really did tailor this team to being able to beat this opposing team, and it worked out perfectly. Now, moving on into this final match, I definitely didn't really know what to expect. He did have a Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks on the team that was all kitted out, ready to go, and I did think maybe he would switch out base form Vegito into Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, take a little bit of an advantage of the fact that I can't directly counter Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, and he is a very, very good, tanky, useful member of this team. So, you know, I was a little bit surprised that he didn't, but in the same vein with the lockdown ability, being able to possibly lock down God Vegeta would have been invaluable. So maybe that's what he was going for here. With that said, we go for a combo. It doesn't do a lot of damage. It does a little bit, but not enough. And then he goes for a combo after a successful clash. We go ahead and shut that down with God Vegeta's unique ability, which is absolutely amazing, by the way. Again, if I haven't mentioned it already, you definitely need to know by the end of this video that God Vegeta is very, very much underrated. One of the better characters as far as utility is concerned in this game, because he can shut down a blast attack or a strike attack and combo off of it in some ways, obviously with a special. So very, very solid option as far as utility is concerned, and definitely isn't really a slouch with the damage output or the tankiness either. So what you're looking at here is just the result of that. You know, again, I really tailored this entire team to being able to beat this specific two-member team, and it worked out pretty much flawlessly in this second match, and then to the early start anyways, this third match. Now, as you're seeing, things kind of took a turn for the worse. Shallot got comboed off on, and it was bad, dude. He took a lot of damage. I didn't want to lose him just yet. I figured he'd be more useful as a switch. I didn't think that Navy actually had the Rising Rush just yet. We were actually able to shut down the ultimate there, which was very, very nice, even though it probably wouldn't have done more than 400,000 or 500,000 damage, and we have like 1.4 million HP. You know, I still definitely don't want to be taking unnecessary damage. It can come down to just a few HP between you losing and winning the match. You guys have seen it before, actually most recently in the first week of the tournament, and you know, it's definitely possible that that would have happened today. So I wanted to make sure that didn't happen if at all possible, and then we lost Shallot, so, you know, that was fantastic. Now, we were 2 versus 2 at this point, and I really didn't think that I was at too much of a disadvantage. I wasn't doing a lot of damage to base Vegito, but I was kind of just focused on trying to go and catch him when he goes for vanishes, and you guys are seeing that happens a few times during this match, and then get the Rising Rush farmed up. That was my main goal, you know, the main thing that I was looking to do. That was it. And everything else kind of fell by the wayside, you know, and that definitely worked out pretty darn well. We got the successful Rising Rush, took out the base form Vegito, which was absolutely fantastic, and definitely going to set us up for success with the rest of the match, you know. I could shut down this combo whenever I wanted to. I wanted to wait a second, make sure that he didn't throw down anything really crazy. Obviously, he could have, you know, a Rising Rush, have access to that. That would be really bad. But we were successful. We got the combo, and then we threw down the special on the switch. That was the game. But yeah, guys, that is going to be about it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, what did you think of my strategy? Do you think it worked out, or do you think I just got lucky? Would love to hear your thoughts on that, as well as if you have any ideas for future videos you'd like to see on the channel. I will see you in the next one. Till then, guys, peace.